What is up, everybody? It is the Bluebloods, and we usually do interviews pre-recorded, man, but we're going live tonight with my guy, Keelan Davis, Texas Southern wide receiver, top three in the SWAC in receiving yards this year, top five in yards per catch, man. One of the explosive targets for young quarterback Andrew Body, man. So, Keelan, thank you for coming on the show, man.
Hey man, thanks for having me, man. It's a blessing.
For sure, man. So, listen, we all know you went the JUCO route out of high school, but let's get a little bit into your high school recruiting process, man. What teams were on you the hardest, and what was that process like coming out of high school?
Really, honestly, for high school wise, every high school kid, we all just we think D1. So growing up, I always just thought about going D1. But like from high school, I was that type of kid just always focused on football. I didn't really worry about my grades as much. So like a lot of schools are interested in me. Like my junior year, Baylor interested me, but I didn't have a GPA. So then end up going into my senior year, the summer I got offered by South Dakota Coyotes. So like they were like the main school that would pull it for me. But like once I tried to commit there, turns out they ended up pulling my scholarship just because I was like I think 1 point off a GPA. So I had a 2.5 and they had a 2.6, so I didn't qualify. So then ended up becoming some JUCO colleges and scouts that were just interested. And I didn't know anything about JUCO. So like the main school that was like interested in me was Trinity Valley Junior College. And that I'm thinking this whole time Trinity Valley was Lamar. So when they were coming to me, I was like, okay, I told my parents, hey, hey, Lamar's interested in me. And like, Lamar, are you sure? I said, yeah. I said, it's the Cardinals. They were like, yeah, so, cool. That's good. I said, all right, cool. So then I talked to my coach, and he like, nah, they ain't Lamar. That's a JUCO. I said, oh, hell. I said, I can't do that because I ain't going to lie to you. I don't know nothing about them. So, I mean, like, that was like, I'll say out of high school, like, that was the main college that was interested in trying to get me.
And I think last chance you really put some of the struggles and the challenges, adversities that you guys have to face at the JUCO level into the national spotlight, man. Looking back, what were some of the biggest challenges that you had to overcome at the JUCO level?
What were my biggest challenges?
Yeah.
I'll say honestly, the biggest challenge from a JUCO level, just because not knowing about it, it was just like trying to get accustomed to the environment. I mean, I ended up committing to Cisco Junior College. That's located in West Texas, so it was 7 hours away from home. So like I had to get used to being on my own, and like just get used to just trying to provide for myself, and like just actually staying focused on like the goals I had in mind. So like when I went out there, it was like literally the only thing that was just around was there was a small town. The only thing there was a football field and a cemetery. So our game field was literally across the street from the cemetery. So it was kind of hard. I had to learn how to cook them all. I didn't cook not one thing of food growing up. So get it. When I got to JUCO, man, it was hard. So like I didn't start cooking until I got food poisoning. So once I got food poisoning, I was just like, yeah, I got to learn how to cook. And I actually ended up making money off of that because I was selling plates. So I say like my biggest thing was just trying to like learn to provide for myself and build my own and just become a man off of that.
Oh man, I love to hear it. And so you leave junior college, man. What were the biggest differences between your high school and JUCO recruiting processes?
I'll say the biggest difference was like in JUCO is a lot harder just because of competition level. There's a lot of kids who either been bounce backs or like they've been overlooked and they actually have like Division I talent. So I say the competition was a lot different, but as far as like the recruiting wise, I say I had more attention when I was in high school than I had in JUCO, just because of like when I got to JUCO, I didn't really play as much. Like the coaches were overlooking me while I was there. Like they were just playing bounce backs or like kids they brought out of high school that was like they had D1 size. So like besides that, I mean I'd say like high school was like I had better exposure and recruiting chances than I did in Juco.
Oh man, but you wind up at Texas Southern, man, an explosive offensive system. What made Texas Southern the right place for you to finish your college career?
I actually grew up. I'm actually born and raised in Houston, and I was born in the area of Third Ward, so that's where Texas Southern is located. So I grew up. I grew up right by there. So growing up around Texas Southern was actually a home for me. So just being there, just being around, being able to play there, it just felt good. It was a home environment. Like I wanted to be around like people that that see me growing up, and they see my whole journey. So it just felt good to just be there, just to express my talents in front of everybody.
Yeah, man. And, the FCS went through a real tough time when COVID just wrecked everything. Some teams didn't get to play. You guys only got to play a handful of games, no full season. How did you stay ready, and how tough was it on yourself and the program to get through this COVID season?
I'll say it was quite tough just because we had two, no, we had three quarterbacks. We had three quarterbacks. One was a freshman, and then we had two one grad transfer, and then we had one kid who was a junior that I played with in 2019. But I'll say the COVID season just played a big role just because we didn't have a set roster, but we had enough just to play through. We wanted to see where everybody was at. We just wanted to, as a team, and the coaching staff, as a whole, we just wanted to play just to be able to compete and see where we are as a team. Knowing that the season didn't count, we wanted just to show what we have and which direction we're heading in. So we only played those two games, and then the season just being cut short after that, it kind of just it took a toll on us because we didn't know what else to do besides football. So we went literally a whole year with no football. That's all the sport that we all grew up and loved. So just not being able to play it and not being able to be a part of that season just kind of hurt. Just because we knew what we had and we wanted to show it, but we couldn't. So we had to hold out a whole year. But the program was just it's a great program to be part of. So we just really wanted to showcase that to everybody.
Right. And I mean, you used it to your advantage, man. You come into 2021 and have your breakout season, third in the SWAC in receiving yards, top 5 in yards per catch, a second team All American, according to the Phil Steele poll. For you, what were the keys to your breakout season and you just putting up the ridiculous numbers that you did?
Honestly, it took a lot out of me. Honestly, I was it was me and Jonathan Giles. We were considered the two old heads in our position. So Jonathan JT already had his future was already kind of set but I was learning from him as he was learning from me. But we had the younger guys behind us, so we wanted to set an example, or just not set an example, but just leave something back for them to pick up on and be able to just take that and just bring in more guys. Show them how special the group is and what they could be also what also they could be doing. So when by key to breakout, so me having this breakout season, it actually meant a lot. I was just able. It helped me and just to show that I can do a lot of things and just get some type of eyes on me. Be able to just stand out at my school just because our school is always overlooked just because of our past. So I mean, this season was good. I'll say my breakout. I was proud of it. I wasn't really. I was happy with the outcome, but I wasn't too happy because I feel I could have just been a top person there. But I mean, I led. I have 3 guys that's in a position group at Texas Southern right now. John Johnson, King Black. I believe they'll be able to just pick up where I left off, and they'll just take over the swag. Honestly.
I like it. And one of our Texas Southern supporters, man, Los J said, "Do you feel a little bit snubbed that you weren't first team All SWAC?"
No, man. I mean, I feel it. I feel it's just all politics to me. I don't because I don't know how it's all how those voting goes, how that's how they make those decisions. So did it bother me? Yeah, but I was at the same time, it didn't matter in my book. It didn't matter just because Like I know that I'm better than those receivers that was named first team or like that was named second team or anything. But like I know like the talent I have, and I'm pretty sure like if they were in my shoes, they wouldn't know how to handle it. Like I went from having a the experienced quarterback to having a true freshman who just came in and just had his own season. So I was like, okay, and like I'm as the true freshman having this season, like I'm teaching him, so like he can use my knowledge to his game and his position. So like, I mean, it was cool. I didn't really complain too much about it, but did it bother me? Yeah. I mean, a lot of people called me that. A lot of people called me that day actually, like when the list went out, and they was like, "Bro, how are you not upset? Like you didn't get anything." Like I'm like, "What do you mean?" So they sent the list. I said, "Oh, it's cool." They're like, "Bro, but how are you not upset? Like you should at least been first team or at least second team. You could have been honorable mention." Honestly, bro, it's politics. So like, I can't do anything about it. I just let it. I let it be. But I mean, Did it bother me? Of course. But I was like, it's okay. I wasn't really tripping, so
Hey,
it was fine.
hey, someone recognized it, man. Second team All American and Phil Steele. So you got something. And I'm glad you kind of spoke on that. I want to kind of dive deeper into it. You guys move quarterbacks like week 2 or 3. So for you, how tough was the QB change on the wide receiving room as a whole? And how did you guys adjust throughout the season to that?
To me, it really wasn't. To me, it really wasn't hard to me, honestly. Or really, I didn't say it wasn't hard as a position group because as for our position, our job is just to catch the ball, no matter who the quarterback is. So what we did at TSU, like really, like whether it was a first string, second string, or he's a guy who's not playing his red shirt, we get rips with every quarterback. And with me, but with those two, like knowing who the two quarterbacks were going to be, how the competition was going to be, I always got reps with Jalen and Andrew. So I shouldn't have any problems catching the ball. Like it just the only difference was Jalen knew the offensive scheme more better, and Andrew was just getting into it, and Andrew still was going to have to take time to learn. So it was like okay, that was probably the only difference. But as far as like just adjusting to them, it was no big difference or a big impact at all. Like our coach put us in a position, shoot, he can't even throw. I say our position coach can't even throw. So like it was, we were just catching bad ball that can actually throw. It actually helps. So like I'll just say yeah, like there was no really big difference. It was just like one quarterback knew the offensive scheme, the other was just still learning. And as he's going through the season, he's learning more and still progressing. So I just said like there was really no change.
Man, I like it. And I mean, Andrew balled out, and I'm excited to see what he does in the future, man. But you also got invited to the inaugural HBCU Legacy Bowl, man. I got to see you make some crazy catches in practice and in the game you showed out too, man. So, what were your takeaways from the Legacy Bowl this offseason? Did you achieve what you wanted to achieve, and what was the experience like?
Uh, with the experience, it was a great experience just from all the other bowl games that I've attended this year. I was invited to quite a few, but like I'll say that was a better experience just because like I had the chance to be in front of pro football scouts, be around the best players that was in HBCUs, and out of all HBCUs, those were the best players. So I would say like it was a great experience to be around them. What I take from it, what I've learned, I learned to adjust to other quarterbacks. Not all quarterbacks are the same. Some are more accurate and very consistent. Some are like they're just gonna throw the ball. You just need to be there type thing. And then I learned like from other players' knowledge as far as quarterbacks of what they see, what other coaches see. Like they were giving me more tools like just to help me, to better my game and like be able to use my talent in different various ways. And what I take from it, just like just the knowledge of everything. What scouts told me, I have a chance to talk to a few of them. I talked to a scout from Baltimore, but like they always said, like just to make the most plays, make what you can, and just keep going 100%. And they also just told me like, excuse me. They also told me like just to keep trying to be a standout out of the whole group. So I took that and I bring it up to today. So I just I was very thankful and blessed to be a part of history because that was the first HBCU bowl game that they started up. So I was very blessed to be a part of that.
For sure, man. And let's go back to freshman year, man. You step on campus at Juco and compare that player to who I'm talking to today, headed to the NFL. How has your game evolved throughout your college career?
Man, let me tell you something. My freshman year, my freshman year, very that was challenging because I always just try doing what I've been doing, which is just like run by people. But honestly, just I see a big change just from freshman year to now, just because of like talent wise and the work that I had to put in to get to where I'm at now. Uh, it helped better in good ways, and like I wish I knew him earlier around that time, just so I can be able to put myself in a better position than where I'm at now. But I'm just very happy that like with this journey that I've taken, like I've learned a lot, and I've also helped a lot of others like along the way. And I can't be even more thankful for the people that has helped me, just to help me get closer to my dream.
For
So
sure,
like
man. And
I like, but
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just very thankful and blessed for the people that just helped me along the way. And, like just for all the mentors, and I thankful for my brother because my brother is the person who like really just helped me get to where I'm at. Like, he's the one who helped me along the way.
Man, I love it. And so, looking at your game now, man, you're about to take your game to the NFL. Which NFL player that's playing right now do you think you model your game after the most?
Whew. I don't even, I honestly couldn't even. I honestly don't know because a lot of players a lot of these players now are like very like they are different. Yeah, I'm trying to see who I compare myself to because like I'm not to that. Like I try to like 'cause my favorite player is Chris Carter. He's my favorite receiver. So like I try to model my game after his. Is because like when he throwing the ball, like he's guaranteed to come down with it. He's trying to have the least catches. So besides Chris Carter, I go with Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, can't go long.
So
Can't go
I can
wrong
use
with.
that comparison just because. Yeah, I can use him just because he doesn't do too much. Like the best, I said my best favorite receivers is DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, and Keenan Allen. But they're all different. Like they all have their things that I don't have. So I compare myself to Larry Fitzgerald just because I'm just around what he has, and that's
I
just
like
making
it.
plays.
Hey man, I like you can't go wrong with Larry, Chris Carter, any of those guys. But I know different player. Every player is different, and so I was very superstitious when I was playing in my pregame routine. So for you, how do you get ready for game days, man? How do you get ready? What's your pregame routine?
Uh, my pregame routine. Honestly, I just start off with like I listen to a motivational speaker. That's like literally it's about the first thing I do when I wake up. I just put on like I look up what's his name, Inky Johnson. Is that Inky Johnson? I forgot the other person's name, but I'll just look up those two, and like those are the only people like those are the only two I listen to in the morning. So like when I first wake up on game day, the motivation speaker is like the first thing I listen to. So then after that, I just go to my game day playlist, and then I listen to that till we get to the stadium, and then like I go outside, take a lap or two, just sit there. Andrew will come out, and we'll just throw the ball back and forth, just to get ourselves loose. Then right after that, we'll go inside the locker room, and I have to hear one specific song before like everybody already had left me in the locker room, but I got to hear one song, and I don't listen to the whole song. All I do is just listen to the intro of it, and that was Three-Peat by Lil Wayne. So,
Love it.
like he says, like he'll just state out, they can't stop me, even if they stop me, and he'll just laugh, and he'll just say I'm on it, and he just starts going. So that was just me. Like they can't stop me, even if they stop me.
I love it. Hey, man, I was the same way. I had to listen to the same song right before I went out on the field, man. So I feel you on that one, man. But everyone knows DBs are notorious trash talkers. They are the worst trash talkers on the field always, man. So for you, how big of a trash talker are you during the game?
Okay, so that's funny because I'm not. I'm really not a trash talker. I'm actually a quiet person. But then some people will beg to differ on that. Like some people say I do talk trash. I don't see it though. You know, like I'll say like the P. Like I use PV game for example. I was quiet the whole game. I didn't talk trash, and that's a rival game. I didn't even talk trash. But it got to a point like I didn't start talking trash till like probably late in the game. It was just because I went up for a catch and I ended up getting flipped, and people thought I was injured. Like I didn't want to get out the game, but the fact that Hit took me out the game for a play, I was mad. So when I got back in the game, I just started trash talking. And when I was trash talking, I was backing it up. So I mean, like I was doing good. I kept just saying like, you can't guard me. But I don't really, me honestly, I'm not a trash talker. I really don't. I mean, I don't know how to trash talk, but then at the same time, I do. But I think it's just best that I just keep quiet and let my play do the talking.
Hey, that's fair enough, man. That's fair enough. Leave the trash talking to someone else, man. But looking at your game, what is the number one mistake a defensive back can make against you one on one?
Press. That was an easy
Mm,
one. And
mm.
he tries to come press me. That's just gonna be a big mistake. Honestly, like don't. I find it very disrespectful for a DB just to say, okay, yeah, I can press you all game. Okay, well, if you gonna press me, I'm gonna do one or two routes by you all game. I'm just gonna run either go ball. I'm gonna run a stop and go.
Oh, I like it, man. He said, "Don't even walk up in my face. It's over from that point on." I love it, man. So, giving a little bit of credit to the other side of the ball, who are some of the best defensive players you've ever had to face?
Uh, three. Isaiah Hamilton, he's a freshman at Texas Southern. Josh Murray, he's been giving me competition since 2019. That's when I first got to TSU. And then Jackson State, Al Young.
Ooh,
Al Young, he is that my I'll say out of all games I played, he was my only competition just because he was like, just because you're the top one of the top guys, I'm going to press you all game. And he was going to play man all game. So yeah, like I give him all the respect. I even had a chance to play with him in a bowl game at the HBCU bowl game. And like he was even telling me I was his best competition. So like yeah, like that's him, Josh Murray, and Isaiah Hamilton. Those are my three guys. That I said that's the best defense players I went against.
love it, man. We know what the narrative is in the NFL draft process. FCS prospects, regardless of where you go, are always overlooked. So, what is your response to those who overlook you and your talent just for playing at the FCS level?
Hey, you missed out. I mean, like hey, it everybody learns as they make a decision. So every decision that every coach that made a decision to just decide to look over me or look over any FCS player, like y'all, they all missed out. So like, far as the draft, like if a team don't pick me up and another team does, then that team who had the chance just missed out because you don't know what type of player I am. You don't know what type of plays I can make. So like the fact that you just say, I don't, he's not good enough, or I don't believe he's ready. Well, that's fine. I'm glad you didn't take the chance on me and another team did. That way, I can show y'all what type of mistake y'all made. So like that's type of person I am like when it comes to that. Like if I feel like a coach has just made overlooked me or just made the decision not to pick me up, well, you just better pray I don't play you, because if I play you, then you're gonna see the mistake that you made. So I mean that's the type of input I put on that.
Man, love it. He said that revenge game is going to be something serious. That's going to be on the highlight tape for sure, man. And so, final question here, man. If an NFL franchise asks you what they're going to get in Keelan Davis if they draft you in April, what do you tell them?
They're gonna get a hard-working playmaker. I make plays wherever you put me on the field. It doesn't matter if you want to put me on special team. I'll make a play there. You put me, shoot, you can put me on field goal. I can hold the ball now. I got some. I got like a couple footages back in 2019 of holding the field goal, so I'm good at that. But but other than that, like I'm not a selfish player. I'm all about being a part of a team. I like trying to help my teammates get open, or like put them in a better position. And like if you need a go to player, I'm that guy. I'm all in. I'm all out when it comes to putting my team in the best position.
Man, I love it, and I'm sure you got to tell some scouts that at the HBCU Legacy Bowl, man. But listen, you're the first live interview on this channel, man. I got to give a big shout out to you. I know it's a lot different doing live interviews than pre-recorded, man. So shout out to you. But this is all about promoting the players on here, man. So let the people know where they can follow you on social media, any and all shout outs, and anything you want to say, man. This time is yours.
Let's see. Social media, my Twitter, it's just Keelan D, without the apostrophe. So it's just KELENN letter D. Then my Instagram is Keelan_Davis10. But I just want to give a shout out to all of fans and supporters that's been there through my whole journey. Even though, like if you just joined, no, I thank you. Thank just for supporting me through everything. Thank you for coming to the games, watching us all. TSU is actually going to be going in the right. It's actually going in the right direction. As far as everybody, thank you for watching this. Watching this interview. Thank you for the opportunity because I never thought I seen you post a lot. I've seen my teammates have interview bars. I like I'm happy for them. I never thought I'd actually get the chance to be a part of it as well. So,
Oh
I
man.
mean, it means a lot. I also want to give a shout out to my family, my brothers. They still talk to me. They talk to me like I'm actually going through season now. Just to like they calling me the money. They actually get mad because of a few scouts that contacted me. Like a few scouts that reached out to me, and like it's not their team. They're getting upset. They're like, ah man, so we gotta be this such team. I just laugh. So, but I thank them, and also want to thank my trainers. Delphonte Diamond, he's my position trainer. Outside of school. He always, he's been training me for 7 years, going on 8. He's a great mentor. He's actually taught me a lot about not only football but just life outside of football. So I mean, like he's also helped me, be the man I am today. Like with the words that he's given me, like everything that he's done and provided for me. So I just want to give a thank you to all of those people. Again, to the fans, I thank you for your support. I love you all. Um, Y'all have my social media, so feel free to follow or contact me. I don't mind hanging with anybody. Just follow back and just reaching out. I'm very open.
For, man, for sure,
So,
man. This was a blast, man. Hey, Cuts in the comments, and he said he knows what song he's putting on your highlight tape. Just know it's
hold on.
gonna
Who
be
said
that
that?
Cut Day Sports.
Oh yeah, for real.
Yep,
Just tell me a song. Oh, he must. I think I know you're gonna play. He might put Three-Peat. Hey, you do
yep.
that, boy. You a bad man.
Oh
You do
yeah,
that.
he,
You a
he
bad
said
man because I
he
need it.
said it's Three-Peat by Lil Wayne. That's on the highlight tape, man. So listen, I appreciate you coming on here, man. Listen, I'll be staying in touch when you get to the draft, man. We'll have to have you back on. That way, people know where to follow you. But man, have safe travels, man. I know you're traveling back in Texas right now, man. So we'll talk soon.
Thank you, man. I just made it home, so it
Perfect,
was it's
man.
cool. Yeah,
Perfect, man.
but I thank you again for the opportunity.
For sure, man. Have a great one.
Yes, sir. You too.
What is up, guys, man? Appreciate all y'all tuning in. I know y'all been requesting some live interviews, and so this was our first one. We'll have more coming down the pipeline. Just a few announcements before I hop out of here. We're doing a March Madness bracket for the channel. The password is blue. The link is in the community page on our YouTube channel, so go enter that. The first 3 finishers are going to get a prize. First place I know is 2 free tickets to any game in 2022, and the other 2 I'm going to have to figure out later this week. But guys, appreciate y'all tuning in. We're going to have some more interviews coming later this week. But for right now, guys, the Blue Bloods are out.